Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. First off, I would like to apologize if I sound sick. I am indeed getting over a cold. I went to the doctor today and everything. Not feeling the best right now. So if I like cough or sneeze, I'll A, probably cut that out, and B, if I don't cut that out, just pardon me for that. But, yeah, there we go, I just coughing, yeah. Anyway, so as you can see in front of me here, we have quite a nice plethora of MacBook Pro related stuff, and as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, I have another 2011 MacBook Pro. So what happened here was, this is my dad's computer. This is the one we swapped the battery in a few videos back, and he has been having tons of problems with it. So it doesn't run under battery power for more than maybe 10 minutes, and that is true. When I plugged it into my Mac Pro to go into target disk mode, it lasted for like 10 minutes from a full charge. So I don't know what's wrong with it there, but I'll swap in the old battery, see what's up with that. With that, when he first got the system, he got with it a backup drive. This is a 1 terabyte. You can see for backup for personal MacBook Pro rather, and that is a FireWire 800 drive. So it's one of the LaCie not digital. I guess it is digital actually, but it's the rugged ones. I don't know why I said digital. This is a FireWire 800 cable. Here's the charger. He also got another charger. So I'll be using this drive in a server configuration eventually. More on that in a later video. But basically, yeah. So this MacBook Pro is the same spec as the one that I got from my mom earlier in like fall 2015. One of the first videos I uploaded. So it is a 15-inch with the high-res anti-glare display. It is a what are the specs? Another 512 gig SSD in this one. That's going to go in the Mac Pro. I'm going to be cloning everything over later. So don't expect a video on that. That will just be, that's just like a routine thing. It also has 8 gigs of RAM, and it has that's really it spec-wise. So, yeah, nothing really else there. Oh yeah, it has a nice kind of yellow glossy case. I would put this on my MacBook Pro, but I'm not really a fan of cases, as I take a drink from my lemonade. Quite nice. Crystal Light, gotta love it. But you can see we are Michigan University fans here, so pretty cool. But yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and fire the thing up and get an idea on the startup time. Optical drive really doesn't sound too good. When I took the machine apart to clean it out, also I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, but it was pretty dirty. So you can see there's 2 accounts. This used to be my dad's work computer. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but he got a Retina MacBook Pro 15-inch, quite a nice machine. I do want one now, except for the keyboard. I'm not a huge fan of the keyboard, the travel distance and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm just gonna shut this down again because there's really no need to have it running for now. But, and the camera is still recording, okay. I've been having problems with this camera, and tons of stuff on my floor too. But yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say about this right now before I like take it apart and everything. I might sell this. I'm not entirely sure on that. I mean, some crazy idea that I had, I kind of want to use it as a server. As weird as that sounds, I could just plug this drive into it and use my short FireWire 400 cable to plug in my other 1 terabyte to this drive, and could just have that running on my table next to me or on my rack thing next to me. So, I mean, that's an idea. I am looking at Core Solo Mac Minis that'll probably be another video. I found a pretty cheap one, and I'll be upgrading the RAM and the processor and that if I do go that route, but I don't know what's up with that. So I might also let my friend borrow this. He does not have a computer at the moment, and my friend, the friend who he didn't donate, but he gave me the RAM and the video card for the AMD gaming PC. That friend and I want to build a system for my other friend, and I might just let him borrow this, like throw a 500 gig hard drive in it, throw probably 1010, 1011 on it. So that might be a good idea. So really not much else to say. I guess now would be a good time to switch to a different camera angle and start opening the machine up and kind of taking a look inside of it. So this is probably the best shot I'm going to get on this thing. I'm going to start by removing the case. So probably not in the frame anymore. But I'm just going to pull back on these tabs here and kind of lift the case off. This is actually a relatively new case. We've probably had it for, or my dad's probably had it for, I don't know, 3 weeks. So that's pretty cool. Actually, no, when did he get the MacBook Pro? The new one? A week ago. So probably a month at most we've had this case, as I accidentally drag my screwdriver across the MagSafe power input. That's no doubt one of the best things you can do for a dying MacBook Pro. At least it appears to be dying. So here's the system. Yeah, so like I said, Michigan fans right here. So I'm just going to take this machine apart and going to show you around. So the screws in this machine, I don't know if any of you remember, but when I did the MacBook Pro upgrade videos, those of you who have seen those videos, then they basically, I said that they go in at an angle, which they kind of do from what I can see. And now my MacBook Pro has like one screw left in it. All the others have fallen out. So I think, how many screws are on these MacBook Pros? I think 10 for the bottom case. So I am going to kind of borrow some screws from this system and put them on my MacBook Pro, just so the case doesn't end up falling off, because that would make me have a really bad day, in theory. So of course there's the 3 longer screws at the back, and these screws seem a bit longer than I remember, so that's interesting. But obviously they're not. Who knows, I'm sick, maybe I'm hallucinating. Wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, so here is the system itself. So something that has been plaguing my dad is an overheating graphics card. And so, oh god, the focus is terrible. That's better. So you can see something that's been plaguing my dad is an overheating graphics card. So you can see like this fan. I know the heat sinks are connected to each other, but I guess the GPU fan, if you will, is full of dust. Pardon me. So I can only imagine what the heat sink is like. So definitely be cleaning that out. My friend wants to game on this computer, or wants to game on the computer I give him. So I'll definitely be cleaning that out for him. But yeah, so that's, you have the two fans. In theory, that sounded weird, the two fans, but we have two fans here, obviously. Why did I say that? I have no idea. But something about this machine is, if I keep it, basically I have like complete redundancy. If something fails in my MacBook Pro, I can just take it out of here and everything's sorted theoretically. So 8 gigs of RAM. Interesting thing about that, if you hear that fan noise in the background, believe me, this is completely related. That's my Mac Pro. I've been having tons of problems with the Mac Pro, and it's driving me to my wit's end basically right now. So I'm working on sorting that out, whether it be getting a new system or figuring out what the problem is, because it's the typical 2009 Mac Pro fan ramping up issue. To sort it to some extent, I have my graphics card in the second slot, so that would be PCIe slot 2, so it's spaced up 2 slots basically. And that sorts it to some extent. The fan still revs up, but not to the obscene levels that it used to. So the reason I bring that up is because it's 8 gigs of DDR3 laptop memory. I think if I do end up getting a new machine, it's going to be a 21.5 inch iMac, like a nice Core i7 one. And then I'll also get like a, 1280 by 720, no, 1920 by 1280 display to go along with it, or whatever the resolution is on those. But anyway, I have some RAM for that if I do go that route. New battery, I'll have to look at that. It's not bulging or anything from what I can see. Moving over, you can see we have the optical drive and a 512 gig SSD. So installation on this SSD is almost 5 years old. My dad hasn't done any fresh installs or anything on it. So yeah, I can see where he's having problems with it. But also uses MacKeeper. If you're subscribed to Duraga1, you'll know he did a video on that. And it basically defragmented his SSD, and it screwed everything up from what I understand. Because you're really not supposed to defrag SSDs, and I don't even think you're supposed to defrag on OS X. There's something with that. Like, there's no need to do that or something. But yeah, so that's basically it for the inside of this. Let me put the cover back on. And you can see it's really dusty. Actually, like right there, you can see how dusty that is. So definitely going to be getting a good clean once I get some more compressed air. So yeah, quite nice. So I think that's it. I think that's all. Also, yeah, I want to take a look at the 1 terabyte external drive that came with this. So unfortunately, I have a 2 terabyte green as my archive drive, and the 1 terabyte drive has about 99 gigs remaining on it, so it's almost used up completely. And then this drive is a 512, and it has about 122 gigs remaining. So if you add that up, it's over 1 terabyte, and I only have about 800 gigs left on the archive drive. So unfortunately, this is just going to be erased. Technically, he still has everything on his new computer because he did the thing with the migration assistant. So yeah, that's that. So I will have to erase this whole computer. Then the backup drive, in theory, like I said, he should have everything, but same with the backup. If he just backs it up, it'll be a up-to-date backup. So this is the our drive here. Actually, hold on. Yeah, now it's all focused and everything. But you can see it's a Lassie, it's the rugged drive, designed by Neil Poulton, I think that says. That's pretty cool. So if we take this off, you can see I've already opened it, but that's just a nice like rubber sleeve thingy. So I've already opened this and everything, but it's a warranty void sticker. So this thing's 5 years old. If there is a warranty on it, I won't use it, but I highly doubt there is given its age. So I'm just gonna pull these tabs apart and so yeah, there we go. So if we take this apart, you can see if we take this apart, you can see there's the 1 terabyte drive. It's a Samsung drive. So there's a nice little sticky, textury piece of foam here. I want to eat it. It's one of those things that you just stick on. Anyway, so ignore that whole thing. But this is the 1 terabyte drive. It's stuck in with these little sticky feet. I don't know what I will use this drive for. Something tells me I should stick my 140 in this enclosure, or my 640 gig drive in that enclosure, or I don't know. I'll probably put my 500 in this enclosure because I don't use that drive anymore, and I'll use it as like a external drive of sorts as the Mac Pro goes to sleep. And I'll throw this 1 terabyte in the Mac Mini when I get it, and I'll use my other 1 terabyte. This is the one I'm talking about, this giant one from WD. It's a MacBook drive. I'll erase that drive and use it as a backup. So I'll have like a, I don't know, 20 gig boot partition, and then the rest would be for file storage as a server. So it's a nice internal speed drive connected over gigabit LAN to my network, or my network switch at least. And then it goes through a FireWire 400 backup drive, and that would be that drive. So it's probably what I'm gonna do. So yeah, anyway, so this is the enclosure. Just basically USB 2, FireWire 400, FireWire 800, and input power. Never came with an adapter for that, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, so that's, so I reapplied the foam stuff. Of course, my camera stopped recording, so I don't know how long that cut was. Shit, I hate this camera so much. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know how long that cut was. Just sorry if it is long, but yeah, I'm putting the drive back together. I think I checked the camera a few minutes ago, like a minute ago before this happened, so I'll just have to see how long it is. I need a new camera. This one is really friggin' stupid. I was basically, the thing I hate about it is it just randomly decides it's not going to record. And it doesn't make a beep sound, it just tells me, next time I look at the display, it just says, stupid camera here, stop recording automatically. And of course I was setting up the water cooling loop for AMD PC over there, and it stopped recording, so I'm just going to rip apart the loop and refilm that video. So that's why I didn't have a video this weekend, because of that. So yeah, anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. So however long that was, I don't know. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video, which should be water cooling that computer, and hopefully I won't be sick anymore once I start filming that. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.